Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Final Fantasy Wave X's video, and I'm gonna be talking about Ingus. Sorry, it's so easy to say Ignis. So Ingus, and as well as Unite Awakened, Division Awakening. So he's A-OK. Let's see if he's A-OK. So before we begin, I want to know if you guys want me to continue doing JP reviews or just skip them from now on. And if so, how can I improve my reviews for you guys? Because I put a lot of effort into these reviews, having to do a lot of research and having to dig in things in a lot of cases and tell you guys how good these are. So let me know how I can improve these reviews, please. Because right now I think I've got my own setup. I thought I was doing pretty good, but I guess not lately. Anyways, with that being done, let's talk about Ingus. And if I say Ignis at any point in this video, I apologize. It's just so much easier to say the other way, but his STMR is very good for himself. Not really that amazing otherwise. I mean, 50% magic TDH is kind of whatever. I guess it's good for when people have 250% magic TDH and you equip this, so that they now you have 300 and you can equip only you only need 100% magic TDH, so you don't need POS STMR anymore. He also gets 500 flat magic for Ingus versions, so including the older version, which I don't know why you would ever even do that other than for like a meme. So he has infinite turns, is very nice. Base form is a black mage. He has lots of mod buffs for himself for black magic on his LB, as well as he has quadcast. It's very good. He has a cooldown, and also his LB gives a 300% store buff. So remember, keep in mind, store buffs, you want to use them last, and you want to wait until you use your combo move to do more damage with those, because after one cast they go away. 150% LB damage, 500% cap, 200% magic TDH. He has multiple killers. He has a multiple assortment of black magic of all kinds, so it's pretty interesting. And also Tornado got changed basically to bolting strike chaining, so Tornado's a little bit better now. In his brave shift form, he is a breaker and also a field enabler. But the only thing that really is worth mentioning for you people that are looking for global players looking at this video, the only thing that's really worth mentioning is the wind, earth, water, and fire field, and mostly the three and not water because Nicole exists. So 35% imperil for those elements on top of the element that you would be imperiling for normally with your units. So quite good. And the reason why I don't want to mention his brave shift LB too much is because it's only 140% imperil is not too bad. But it's like weak. It's the typical JP kind of breaks, so I don't really want to mention those too much. And then the rest of his kit is kind of whatever. Like, you really only care about his fields, which is nice. So his main value really is in the brave shift form for those 4 imperil fields, which are really good, really good. I've been looking forward to having the wind one for a very long time now. Besides the water one, because Nicole does exist and his is quite good. So. Also, Quake is very niche. He does have Quake chaining. Just needs to be reworked too because it's just not very good. So I'm assuming eventually they'll change that into bolting strike chaining too. So then Quake users can finally just say, "Hey, I'm just a bolting strike chaining now instead of Quake," who almost no one uses. So his base form isn't really that amazing. It's just okay. It's just an okay chaining black mage type unit type thing. And his brave shift form is very good for the imperils and things like that, so that's why I'm thinking that his score is going to be 8 out of 10. Very good unit, very valuable, so especially since he has infinite turns, so you could stay in his brave shift form permanently and just keep the fields up. And even better, they last for a long time, 10 turns I believe, so that's even better. So you could do a lot of things with him. He's not bad. He's only getting 8 out of 10 because it's just not that incredible. He's good though. He's very valuable compared to what we've been getting lately in terms of Neovisions. I think this guy is pretty good. So 8 out of 10 for him. Now we got Unite here. Awakened Unite A-OK Neovision Awakening. So the only real upgrade that he got in terms of TMR, STMR His Timar got got some magic added to it, but nothing else. So that's really pathetic. That they didn't give any magic TDH or anything on it, or anything. They just slapped magic on. But you need to have it equipped because in his base Brave Shift form, or his base form, I believe, he gets a lot of attack and magic when his Trust Mastery. So you have to do it. You have to do it. Sadly. And in his base form, sorry about the nose thing. Allergies, crazy this time of year. Alright, so in his base form, 200 times mod for abilities for 5 turns. I wish it was permanent, because Onion Knight has been known in a lot of cases to have permanent mod buffs, but okay for 5 turns. He has some killers, triple cast now permanently, so he doesn't have to fight for and unlock it like he used to. He has a 1,150 times mod with 50% defense ignore. AoE chaining, they are bringing it back. They are bringing back AoE chaining for some reason. I just feel like Bolting Strike is should be universal at this point, because it's just so easy to chain with. Bolting Strike should just be on everything. That's why they're changing a lot of things like Quick Hit, and also they just recently, like I said, Tornado is now Bolting Strike. So there's the AoE thing doesn't really make much sense to me, but whatever. In his Brave Shift form, he's a healer and a mage. So he's the in the CG cutscene, he's the healer type looking character. His LB, I'm not sure if this, I mean the translation says it does, but his LB cures all style ailments, including Stop, Charm, and Berserk. Now the only thing that ever cured Berserk was on the CN version. There was a unit that cured Berserk. But I guess this is finally the time that you can cure Berserk. Very good. He has lots of black magic that can be awakened to +3. He has just basic healing functions, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. He has basic healing functions. That's pretty good. For a magic DPS to have healing as well, it's pretty interesting. 250% magic TH and 500% cap. I think that is pretty good. He's not going to be, knocking walls down or anything like that in terms of his usefulness, but he's very good. A lot of the Evolution Awakenings lately haven't been really that amazing. But this one, I think this guy is definitely pretty good. I think that it's worth going to EX3 because he does get more stats. Sadly, we have to talk about some cons, and the cons are mostly about his base form. Other than the LB in his base form that gives mods, he didn't get any improvements in terms of any of all of the moves that he had back then. Didn't get changed whatsoever. No higher imperils or higher modifiers on their own, on top of stacking on top of the new modifier increase with the 200 times. He didn't get anything, so it's just basically the old mod, and then you slap a 200 times mod on top of it with his LB being used. That's it. So really wish that would have been a little bit better, but okay. And he's basically stuck in True Duel in his base form, which is obviously we all know by now is not very good. So that's really it. I'm also going to go ahead and give him an 8. I think it's just an 8 banner. He's very good. I went to EX3 already on him, and I still have more. I had more than enough to get him to EX3 with the stuff that I had already without even worrying about the shards that they give out and things like that. So that was pretty funny. So finally we have to talk about the New Vision version of Onion Knight, and guess what? There's no slide because there was no changes. I can't believe that they did this. Imagine putting out a banner. They just put out a banner, a side banner for New Vision Onion Knight, a New Vision Onion Knight summon, and they didn't buff him at all. So imagine even pulling for imagine trying to pull for this guy who didn't get any buffs. Like, why would you even do that? Why would you pull? Why wouldn't you go for Ingus instead? I don't get it. That's the biggest disappointment of all. The 2 units on this banner, I mean, the New Vision Awakening and Ingus are very good. They're very nice. Final Fantasy 3 for some reason always gets shafted on the raid banners, and it's always just like, yeah, they're good, but the end of the month is coming, and usually King Mug has the hype banner. So I can't believe they didn't buff Onion Knight though. Like, look at the CN. Go back and look at my CN video for Onion Knight and look at the crazy things that they gave him, and that was just on release. and the JP version can't even be bothered to upgrade someone who was pretty mediocre on release. And still is mediocre because accuracy is still not that amazing, except for maybe in Clash of Wills. I think accuracy has been the most used in Clash of Wills and really nowhere else. So all in all, Ingus is a good pull if you get him from a daily. I just did a daily. I got a new version from the daily today, but it was Terra and not Ingus. So sadly, I did not get him. Hopefully, I can get him by the time his banner ends. Maybe I'll decide to pull for him. I'm not sure yet. Anyways, guys, thank you guys very much for watching. Again, let me know in the comment section down below what maybe I can improve on these reviews, because I try to go in depth on them as much as I can for you guys. Anyways, see you in the next video. Peace.